You know, artificial intelligence is making powerful decisions about our lives every single day. But here's the deep paradox at its core. The smarter AI gets, the less we actually seem to understand how it thinks. We're building these incredible systems that are frankly becoming a complete mystery, even to the people who created them. And that brings us to a really alarming question. When the stakes are at their absolute highest, we're talking our health, our freedom, our financial futures. Can we really place our trust in a decision-making process that is completely, totally opaque? So, to really get a handle on the risks, we first have to unpack what everyone actually means when they say the AI black box. It all boils down to a pretty stark contrast. With traditional software, right, a programmer writes explicit rules. If this happens, then do that. The logic is right there for you to see, and it's predictable. But modern AI, especially deep learning, is a whole different beast. It literally teaches itself by finding these tiny, complex patterns in massive amounts of data. So the logic isn't written by a person, it's learned. And that logic is hidden deep inside this incredibly complex web of connections. So here's the crucial point. We have an AI system where you can see the data that goes in and you can see the decision that comes out, but the why, that whole journey from A to B, is a complete mystery. I mean, even the engineers who design the system often can't explain the specific reasoning behind any one outcome. It's incredibly effective, but it's also completely unknowable. And look, this isn't just some fascinating academic puzzle. The black box problem has officially moved out of the lab and into the real world, where its opaque decisions are already having incredibly high-stakes consequences for real people. Just imagine this. An AI analyzes a patient's scans and flags a high risk for a rare disease. A doctor sees that warning, but has absolutely no idea what features in the scan the AI focused on. Is it a genuine, brilliant insight, or is it a glitch? How can they possibly trust it enough to recommend a serious medical procedure without understanding the rationale behind it? And this is already happening in our legal system. AI tools are being used to predict the likelihood that an individual will re-offend, and that prediction influences parole and sentencing. But what if that AI learned from historical data that's full of past societal biases? A person's freedom could be denied based on a conclusion that we can't question, we can't scrutinize, and we can't appeal, all because the reasoning is locked away. Or think about the financial world. You apply for a mortgage, maybe a small business loan, and you get denied by an automated system. When you ask why, the answer is, well, there is no answer. The system made a decision, but no one can actually tell you what specific factors led to that outcome. It leaves you with no clear path to fix the problem. Now, with dangers this significant, you can bet the race is on to find a solution. Researchers are flat out refusing to accept this lack of transparency, and it's led to a whole new field dedicated entirely to cracking open that black box. The leading effort in this area is a field known as Explainable AI, or XAI for short. And the entire goal of XAI is to design new types of artificial intelligence that don't just give you an answer, but can also explain how they arrived at that answer in terms a human can actually understand. The goal is actually pretty simple to understand. It's like a math teacher telling a student, hey, don't just give me the answer, show me your work. In this ideal world, the AI makes a decision, and then it provides the logic it used to get there. This allows a human expert, a doctor, a judge, a loan officer, to actually verify the reasoning and take responsibility for that final call. But this is far from simple. Opening the box presents its own immense challenges. I mean, is it even possible to make something with billions of parameters fully transparent? There's a huge concern that forcing an AI to explain itself might actually make it less powerful or less accurate, a direct trade-off between performance and being able to interpret it. It's almost like asking a pro athlete to explain their intuition. The very act of explaining could mess with the instinct itself. And then you have all the security questions. Who gets access to the AI's inner logic? All of this, it leads us to a really uncertain future. The black box problem isn't just some technical glitch we can patch. It really represents a fundamental dilemma at the very heart of our relationship with artificial intelligence. This quote, I think, captures the urgency perfectly. We are deploying these incredibly powerful, yet fundamentally inscrutable systems into the most critical areas of our society. The potential for unintended, biased, or just plain wrong consequences is enormous, and it grows with every single new application. So we leave you with this final critical question. As we stand on the edge of an even bigger AI revolution, we have to decide what our standards for trust and accountability are going to be. Should we press pause on deploying AI in these high-stakes fields until we can finally open the box? Or do we accept the risk, hoping the benefits will outweigh the dangers of a logic we may never fully comprehend?